Hello everybody, Diggler here, and welcome to Factorio. If you've never played this game before, you've crash landed on an alien planet, and you've got to use these resources to, I believe you build a rocket silo to get off the planet. I'm not real sure about that part. I've played a little bit, but I haven't played a whole lot, so let's go ahead and begin. We're just going to get some of these trees out of the way, because we're going to be building stuff, and all of my resources seem to be right around here, so this is good because that means I can use all this wood for fuel. So let's just go ahead and clear all of this mess out. This game it's really fun. I was actually a little hesitant to make a let's play on it, but I really enjoy it, and I don't really have a fan base right now, so it doesn't really matter. Nobody's probably going to see this, but we'll just see how this goes. Alright, so I'm actually doing this the hard way. You can craft things, as you can see here, and there we go. An iron axe. I'm not really sure why you use an iron axe to chop down a tree. It seems kind of weird to me, but whatever. We're just going to go with it. Okay, so I've got all these trees cut down finally, and I just realized that my volume was down for the game, so I went ahead and fixed that. So normally the first thing I would do is try to get a power source, which is going to be this coal. We're going to be burning this, but since I've got a ton of wood now, we can just use that instead. So when you start the game off, you have a burner drill and a stone furnace, and that's going to keep you from having to sit here and mine this stuff, especially since after cutting all that down, I'm out of axes. So I will literally be just whacking the hell out of this with my hands, and yeah, it takes forever, as you can see. So we're just going to go ahead and put down one of these drills, and we can put some wood in there, and then we're going to put down a furnace. Oh, I missed the tree. Let me get that out of the way. Alright, so put that furnace down. We're going to put some wood into this furnace, and we can create a box here, because as you can see here, our burner drill has stopped doing what it does because it's full. We're going to drop that right there, and it's just going to start dropping everything in here. I'll probably be cutting a lot of parts out of this video just because there's a lot of grinding in this video, and it's no fun to watch. So, alright, I've already got one steel here from earlier, not steel, iron. And we're gonna smelt that into an iron plate. See if I can do anything with that. No, I can't. I need to, okay, here's some stone up here. Now one thing to note is I'm actually playing on peaceful mode. I really enjoy just building up, and if you look on my mini-map over here, as soon as this is done, right in here, this red is aliens, and there's a pollution level that I don't really have right now. Well, I guess I do, right here. This is a pollution level, and when it reaches these aliens, they get really mad. They'll come out and kill you. So I just kind of like to free play it, so we're just going to leave them on peaceful for now. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I'm trying to get some stone, because we're going to need more drills and more furnaces. And one of the requirements to make a furnace is that you need stone. Actually, it's the only requirement. Right here, see 5 stone. And to make a burner drill, I actually need another stone furnace. So Alright, now I've got enough to build 2 stone furnaces. I don't actually have to build the second one, and I'll show you that in a second too. As soon as I have enough steel plate. This game starts off pretty slow, so. But it does, it gets a lot better, it gets a lot more interesting as you go, so. Alright, and we finally have enough to build a burner drill. So we're going to build a burner drill now. And we're going to start collecting some copper here. And I need another box. Put some more fuel in. Oh, need more fuel in. Nope, that's 49. Okay. If you press Alt while you're playing this game, it gives you information. Like now I've got, it's actually showing me what I've got there. Put some fuel in here, and now we're going to start producing copper plates. The next thing we can do is build these burner inserters here, which what they will do is they will actually move it for me, so that way I don't have to keep moving and loading everything up here. Let's see. Pick this back up and move it down one. There we go. And put our stone furnace here. When you pick anything up, if it's full of stuff, it will automatically pick up everything that's in it. Oh, I gotta put some fuel in this. Everything takes fuel right now. Eventually we'll get to a point where I'm actually producing electricity and we'll be powering everything by electricity. I'm gonna go ahead and put a mining drill here so I can start collecting stone without having to manually grab it. There we go, and another box. You can make an iron box that holds more. I'm not really concerned about holding more at the moment. And we're not going to smelt the coal, because you really can't smelt coal. You just use it as a power source. And I think we might have enough. No, we don't have enough yet. We can start moving this coal and actually automatically fueling everything next. So as soon as I have enough. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and build a drill and another furnace. Oops, down here. And start getting this coal going. Oop, I don't know why I'm. Now these conveyor belts right here, or transport belts, you can use them just to move stuff around. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and get some fuel going in here. This way it starts producing coal. And we're going to start working our way on over here. Actually, I'm going to back this up a little bit because I kind of want to leave this area as open as I can. When you're playing this game, if you press R, it rotates the pieces, which allows you to bend your track. There we go. I am very confused right now. Why is it taking the wood out? It doesn't make any sense. It's never done that before. What? There's no tree there. Not that it should do that in the first place. Alright, let's redo this. We have to put a box down because it's acting really weird. It doesn't usually do that. But I think I usually have a box here anyway, so that could be the problem. Alright. Let's see. And these little guys here, yeah, there we go. He's going to fuel himself before he bothers to fuel or to put anything on the track, if he has access to coal. Let's pick that up. And I need some more steel plate, which we have right here. I'm going to build 2 more of these guys. And you should be putting that in there. And that should be going into there. Redirect this just a teensy bit. There we go. That's better. That's much better. And as soon as he gets enough, he's going to hand it to him. He's going to put it up here. Here we go, finally. Alright. And now we got to figure out how we're going to get fuel to this guy here. Which, I guess for now, we can just run a track on around. Here we go. And we're all out of track again. See, what do we need for conveyor belt? Just steel plate, that's what I thought. So, more grinding. Ah, it's 1 short. Alright, come on. One. That's exactly what I got. 1. Alright, so next I need to build more of these burner inserters. Which I can build 2 now. That's good, that's a start. Let's put you here, and put you here. And then we're going to need one. Ugh. It's very slow starting out in this game, as you can see. There we go, finally. Alright, so yeah, our next step is going to be to get electricity, because we can actually switch off these burner mining drills to electric ones. And we can get a lab up so we can start some research and start to get some actually interesting stuff going on here. Alright, so once your buildings fill up here, your stone furnaces, once they get 100, they're actually full, and then you have the issue of having to empty them. So, we're going to put another burner inserter here, and another box. We're going to dump that into the box, and the box can hold a whole lot more. So you can see, you have this option here, you can designate what burner inserter can actually fill up if you want to save some of it for yourself. I don't really see any point. I like to automate as much of the stuff as I can. which can lead to a lot of downtime, unfortunately, just kind of standing there waiting for stuff to happen, but that's how it goes. Alright, so we should have enough to actually set up a power source now, and the fun is going to be powering it down here, but we'll get to that in a minute. First thing we need to do is build an offshore pump, and then we're going to need 2 to 3 boilers. I usually stick with 3, it's probably overkill. Like I said, I've not actually beaten the game, so I don't really know exactly what I'm doing. I'm just kind of figuring that out as I go. So we're going to put that here. Don't need you yet. I'm going to put a boiler, and another boiler. And then we're going to put you here. Now, these all need fuel sources, so 1. There we go. There we go. And now this has the power button, or power icon on it, because it's not powering anything right now, and it's not connected to anything. So we're going to build a handful of these electrical poles, and that blued in area is what it attaches to. The next thing we need to do is build some electric drills. And let's see, maybe we have enough to go ahead and do that. Yes. No, wait. Okay, no, I need copper. Copper. You get a lot of copper. A lot more than what you need this early. Alright, we got enough to build 2. And I'm going to have to reroute some of this. So let's go ahead and get some more track queued up. This down here is your queue, if you hadn't noticed that already. You can queue up everything you're going to make, and you just kind of got to wait. As you can see, you don't have to make every individual piece. It will automatically queue up all the pieces that you need. So, let's go ahead and move this a wee bit. Take down this. And we don't need him anymore. And spin this around. Actually, that won't really work there now, will it? Alright, so what we can do about this is we can actually drop down a piece of track here and here. So now it'll move it onto this track to him. And that will temporarily fix that for us. A lot of this stuff is going to kind of get moved around as we play. There we go. Yep, there it is. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing over here. You want your mining, your electric mining drill to be on as much copper as you can, because it does have a yield. If you highlight over it, you can see like my expected resources here is 70k, which is quite a bit. When I generate my map, I usually turn my resources, the density, all the way up. And now to get this some power. Alright, so that should have power now. Yep, it's running. There we go, so that's automated. Let me fix my track here. There we go. And I'm actually going to build another burner inserter. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and build 2. Another box. Let's move that over a bit. There we go, that's much better. And our coal is out of power. We'll be powering that next with the electric. Let's see, do we have enough? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do it right now. Because just running around to fill everything up gets really old. I am standing in the way, I think. Nope, what's in the way? Oh, stupid tree. Alright. There we go, now our coal is automated as well. If you highlight this, you can see the water temperature is 100. I believe you need to keep that above 70. And you can see your performance as well, which my available performance is maxed out, but my performance isn't that great because I'm not using as much as I could be. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. And we haven't done any research yet, so best way I can think of to get everything down here powered as well is to put a... Oh, you're not grabbing anything. Is to put an inserter about here. There we go. Now it's grabbing. And go ahead and run some belts down here. We'll build 3 of these burner inserters, and we'll put them here, here, and here, and they should start fueling our boilers as soon as they run out of wood. They actually won't do anything because you can't put multiple resources in, not in the same slot anyways. So our next step is going to be to build one of these science labs once we have enough resources, which we need electronic circuits, iron gear wheels, and transporter belts to build them. For the electronic circuits we need copper cable and iron plate, and for the copper cable we just need copper plate. And it needs power. And there we go. Alright, so now we can open this research here. And the first thing I'm going to go with is automation because it lets us build these little assembly machines. And the long-handed inserter, which will come in handy. And we're going to have to actually make the resource needed. If you look here, it tells you it takes 10 science packs. So let's go ahead and make 10 science packs by hand. And now that we have our 10 science packs, we're just going to drop them in here and we're going to end up waiting some more. Go ahead and put some more fuel in here. We really don't need a ton of this stuff, not yet, but might as well just fill up that box while we can. Alright, we're all done. So we can start to research something else. Before we do that, I am not going to sit here and build these science packs by hand all day. So Let's gather up some more of the resources we've got. Actually, I've got enough copper, I think. And we are going to build an assembly machine. I think we're going to need 2. At least to start with. So we're just going to put it right here. And when you click on it, you can tell it what you want to make with it. And it's going to tell you what it needs. It needs copper plate and it needs gear wheels. So, to make the gear wheels, we're going to use another assembly machine. And let's build a couple of inserters here. We've got track already available. Let's set that to make gears. And offload from there. Load up to there. Wait. Okay, we don't want to use the burner inserters. We want to use these new electric inserters. I'm like the worst at setting up these power lines. They're just going to look horrible. So just ignore that. There is a much nicer way to set these up to where they are just, it doesn't look like I just started throwing darts at my screen and put them wherever they landed. There we go. Now we have power to there. Now it's actually going to start making stuff. Alright, so this is starting to make our gears. And it stopped because we already have 2 in there, and that's the most it can hold. So we're going to make another inserter, and we can take them out of there and feed them into here. So now we're getting our iron gear wheels. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Let's just get rid of that box. There we go. Now we are making science. Alright, so now we need to get the science into our lab. We're just going to use another inserter. God damn, worst at putting up these power lines. Alright, let's move you here. There we go. And we're going to feed this on over. Alright, so now we can start researching electronics, which is going to help us out later. Alright, so we're not making steel plate fast enough here, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add another furnace to make my steel plate. Alright, there we go. We've upped our production of steel plate now. The other thing we can do to speed things up is we can build another one of these assembly machines, making more science. And we can build another lab, which is going to make our research go twice as fast. Alright, our research is done now. So, let's see, what are we going to go with next? Automation gets us these smart inserters. We really don't need much of this yet, although flight is going to be fun later. We could go with lab efficiency. Let's go ahead and go with automation. Now, if you're playing and you don't have peaceful mode on, you're going to want to be making gun turrets and stuff to defend. I don't have to worry about that right now. You can actually take the aliens out of your game completely by just taking them out. When you generate your map, you have an option to do that, and you don't have to worry about them all. But I wouldn't advise it, because by killing them you get alien artifacts, which you're going to need later down the line. I haven't quite made it that far to actually use it, but there is stuff that requires, I believe, yeah, you make the alien science packs out of it. Alright, now, so we're going to go ahead and up our science production here. And the way we're going to do that is we're actually going to move a lot of this stuff I already got down. Pick that up. There we go. Alright, so put you here. Alright, we'll put you there. And then we're going to build a conveyor belt around all of this. Get power back. Can put that there. Alright, this is going to make our gears. And we're just going to finish looping this on around. And we're going to make 3 of these long hand inserters. And they are going to bring in our copper. Set these to make green or pink science pack 1. Run our belt back here. And we're going to build a couple more regular inserters, because when I made the big ones it consumed what I already had. And you need steel. make another long-handed inserter. We're going to use that to get our steel in. There we go. Alright, we're bringing our steel in. What are these? Our iron gears are coming off onto the conveyor belt. The other assembly machines are picking them up, and they are making pink science, which is being carried up here onto these conveyor belts and going up to our first lab here. Let's see, do we have a... Yep. Alright, we're going to build 2 more, just so we can speed things up. Alright, we got our science centers, so let's go ahead and place them down. Alright, I only made 2 more. That way, there we go. Alright, and let's get a couple of these inserters, bringing them in, and a power supply. There we go, and our research is going to go much faster now. Alright, our research is done. Now, I really want flying, so we're going to go ahead and go with advanced electronics, I believe. No, we're going to go with logistics, because these underground belts and these splitters are really handy later on. So, we'll go ahead and start researching that. And the other thing we're going to need later on is this green science. So we're going to start working on setting up a green science production. Alright, so as you can see here, we're not making enough iron plate again. So we need to fix that. And now that our research is done, we can take care of that because we have underground belts. We're going to build a splitter. And what our splitter does is it will actually split this into 2 perfect rows. So if you do have more than one thing on these conveyor belts, it will keep them separate if they're already separate. And we're going to build an underground belt. Let's see, where are we going to put that? There we go, and now we got our coal going. And we need to build another electric drill. And now we have more steel going to our furnaces because we were kind of bottlenecked by that. And the next thing we're going to do is research steel processing, but that's going to have to wait till the next video because we are all out of time today. So if you like this video, hit the like button, and I will see all of you next time.